Hello and welcome, everybody, to today's session, which is all about tapping on financial stress. So, take a minute to get yourself comfortable. Have some water to hand, ideally, because you're going to be doing a little bit of breath work. And just make sure that you are comfortable on a chair, ideally with your back supported, because it's going to be a lot more comfortable when we're doing some tapping. Like all of these videos, they are completely free. But if you did ever want to donate, then the link is in my bio. So, welcome. Today is all about tapping on financial stress. And I really do think that money and our finances can be such a huge anxiety trigger for so many people, because we've created a world where we need money for our basic needs. We need money to have a roof over our head, to pay our rent, pay our mortgage, pay the bills, to feed ourselves, to put clothes on our back, to pay for childcare, to travel. I mean, the list just goes on and on. The list just goes on and on. So it's really normal then for money and thinking about money, for that to create a lot of stress and anxiety for a lot of people, especially in the current climate that we're in, when there's so many things that are kind of rising in costs. So it's really normal for it to be a big trigger for a lot of people. And when we go into that heightened state, especially around money, we can really feel a lot of fear. We can feel really trapped and powerless. It's a really visceral anxiety, I think, when it's connected to our money and our finances. And there's this really lovely quote that Nick Ortner from the Tapping Solution often says, and he often says that you cannot stress your way out of a situation. And I think that's really important to remember when thinking about the stress and anxiety that you might be feeling around your finances, because the more you continue to worry, the more we overthink, the more we're remaining in that heightened state, the harder it is to come up with solutions that might help us. Or, you're going to feel a lot less confident to go for certain situations that, again, might support, your financial goals or whatever you want to achieve. And when you're in that heightened state, it's really hard to think clearly in any way. So really the first goal is to just make sure that your nervous system is back into a place of balance. And we're going to do that in a minute with a little bit of breath work and a little bit of tapping. The other thing to consider when thinking about how money can make you feel is to reflect upon the limiting beliefs that you hold around money. Now, I'll give you an example of these. So a limiting belief around money, I've written this down, might be, I don't deserve financial abundance. I'm not worthy of money. I never have enough. I might lose my money. Money is bad. I will never be successful. Or having money is selfish. These are just some limiting beliefs that we might be unconsciously carrying around money. And these limiting beliefs are quite often hard to overcome because they have roots that go back to childhood. I know I talk about this all the time, but childhood really does form the foundation of your mental health and well-being. And it's this significant time in our brain development when we create our inner belief system, both positive beliefs and negative beliefs or limiting beliefs. And it's when really we form our beliefs around money. So when you're thinking, or when you want to start to reduce stress and anxiety, it's important to gently start to reflect back and think about, what are my beliefs around money? What were my feelings about it growing up? And I've written some questions that you can start to ask yourself. So you might want to ask, how did mum and dad talk about money when I was little? Was it negative or positive, or both? Were we ever in debt? Did I have much money growing up? Were mum and dad often stressed about money? Did they often fight about money? Did mum or dad earn a lot or never enough? Did they place all their self-worth in money? Did they put money as more important than anything else, including yourself as a little child? And really, then, what narrative around money might I have picked up when I was little? And the reason why it's so important is because it might be these limiting beliefs that are unconsciously really blocking you when it comes to your finances and really creating so much stress, anxiety, and fear. And I'm going to use myself as an example because I think that's always really important to do. So I have a very complex relationship with money, or a complex belief system around money. And that's because when I was only 7 years old, my dad very sadly killed himself. And one of the reasons was he was struggling with money. He was in a lot of debt, and that was obviously one of his big constant worries. But I want to be really clear that that is not the reason that someone kills himself. The reason why someone takes their own life is because they are suffering from deep depression, and that depression comes from many different sources. So just for my dad, the lack of money at the time was just one factor. So I just want to be really clear. That's not the only reason why he killed himself, but it did play a part. And I knew that as a young child. So when my dad died, he left us in a lot of debt. He left all his debt to us. We had to sell our house, had to move into another house, and then debt to us. We had to sell our house, had to move into another house, and then my mum was left alone with 3 kids to support. So, of course, money wasn't something that we had in abundance because my mum had to work really, really hard. So I never, even though I never felt like I didn't have money necessarily, because my mum was incredible and I always had, in my mind, from a child's perspective, everything I ever wanted, but I was still aware that it was really hard. And so the belief system that I've got around money is fear, because I unconsciously thought that really, if you don't have enough money, something really bad is going to happen. And I obviously now realize that there is always a way. You can always find a way. It's not the end of the world. But my inner child, my inner belief system can really feel a lot of fear around money. And the other limiting beliefs that I have are I'm not worthy of money, and I don't have enough money. And yeah, I've already said that one. So something bad is going to happen. So they're like my 3 limiting beliefs that I have around money. And I had to work really hard on overcoming quite a lot of them over 10 years ago when I quit my job and I started my own business. And any other person that has their own business or is a freelancer like me will know it's really hard because you do not know when money is going to come in. You can't fully predict when you're going to have busy months or quiet months. So you have to be really okay in the not knowing. And that can be really hard. So it's something that I've really had to work on. So if you have any form of limiting belief around money, you're not alone. I fully see you. It's really hard and it's really complex. But there are different things that you can do to really start to shift your inner narrative. And we always begin by bringing the nervous system to a place of balance. And the best way to do that is with tapping. So for this breathing technique that we're going to do, we're just going to be doing some tapping and breathing. But as we do this, I want you to really focus on your breath. So you're going to really focus on your inhale, so in through your nose, and just really focusing on the sound and the sensations of your in-breath. And then on your exhale, I want that to be out through your mouth for as long as you possibly can, And again, just really tracking that breath. So really noticing the sound that you're making it, and see if you could exhale out for as long as you possibly can. So we're going to do one round of just tapping and breathing. So you're going to inhale with one point, and I'm going to guide you through, and then exhale on the next, and you can close down your eyes as you do this. And then we're going to bring in some affirmations. Okay, this is one of the best ways to reduce stress and anxiety, and just start to gently shift that inner narrative, or really that fear that you might be holding around money. So beginning with the inner eyebrow points, I want you to gently close down your eyes. Then I want you to inhale in through your nose. Then moving to the outer eyebrow points as you exhale out. Okay, really good. Underneath the eye, breathing in. Underneath the nose, letting go. Tapping underneath the mouth as you breathe in through the nose. Okay, really good. Tapping on the chest as you exhale out. Underneath the arm, breathing in. And then tapping on the head, letting go. Really good. Then moving to the inner eyebrow point, just repeat after me, keeping your eyes closed. Say out loud, I am safe. Outer eyebrow, I am safe. Underneath the arm, I am the present moment. Underneath the nose, and that's all that matters. Underneath the mouth, I am safe. Tapping on the chest as I think about my finances. Underneath the arm, I am worthy. Tapping on the head of financial abundance. Okay, place your palms facing up, shut down your eyes, take a deep cleansing breath. So breathing in and letting go. With your eyes still remaining closed, and just bring your breath to a gentle rise and fall. But as you do, I want you to place both hands on your belly and see if you can bring your breath down into your belly. So breathing in, belly goes up. Breathing out, your belly goes down. Breathing in, belly goes up. Breathing out, your belly goes down. As you continue to bring your breath to a gentle rise and fall inside of your belly, I want you to gently think about what limiting beliefs you might have around money. And I'm just going to read you them once again. So what limiting beliefs do you have around money? So a limiting belief might be, I don't deserve financial abundance. I'm not worthy of money. I never have enough. I might lose my money. Money is bad. I will never be successful. or having money is selfish. And if there's any other limiting beliefs that come up, just allow them to arise today. So don't try to push them away. Don't try to judge or change them. What limiting beliefs have you been holding for a long time around money? Just take a minute to think about how they make you feel and how much they are holding you back. And then with your eyes still remaining closed, I want you to see if you can rate your stress levels. So 0 to 10, 0 of course being you have no stress around money or this limiting belief, in which case you probably wouldn't be tuning in today or choosing that limiting belief. 10 being I feel so much stress right now and this limiting belief is really, really strong. What would your number be? 0 to 10 with no judgment. Then I want you to take a deep cleansing breath, breathing in and letting go. And then gently begin to open your eyes. And we will begin to do some tapping. Tapping on the karate chop, so the side part of your non-dominant hand. Let me move that down ever so slightly so you can see my hand properly. And then just repeat after me. Even though I have all of this stress around money, I love and deeply accept myself anyway. And even though I have this limiting belief, that's okay. I'm a human being. I honor the pressure I've been under. And I choose to be kind to myself today. And even though I have this fear around money, I love my body. I love my mind. I'm open to the possibility of feeling a bit more calm and safe. And moving to the inner eyebrow point, closing down the eyes, repeat after me. This stress I have around money. Outer eyebrow. This stress and tension in my body and mind. Underneath the eye. Money can feel so stressful. Underneath the nose, my nervous system is on high alert. Underneath the mouth, it's exhausting. And then I want you to double tap on your chest as you ask yourself this question. What are my fears around money? What limiting beliefs are holding you back? And as you tap on your chest, maybe you want to just consider a particular situation that is making you feel really really stressed around money. And underneath the arm, what limiting beliefs am I holding around money? So then tapping on the head, you can move to one hand now. What limiting beliefs are holding me back? Inner eyebrow. Do I worry that I never have enough? Outer eyebrow. Do I worry that I'll lose it? Underneath the eye. Do I worry I'm not worthy of abundance? Underneath the nose. Do I worry I won't be successful? Underneath the mouth. Do I worry that money is bad? Tapping on the chest. This stress and tension in my body and mind. Underneath the arm. It's exhausting. Tapping on the head. So just in this moment, I give my nervous system permission to relax and feel safe. Okay, really good. Place your palms facing up. Shut down your eyes. Take a deep cleansing breath. Breathing in and letting go. And then with your eyes still remaining closed, just tuning in firstly to your body. How does your body feel in this moment? Again, with no judgment, just a gentle curiosity. And then gently tune in to how you feel in this moment. Tuning into any thoughts that might have come up and then tuning into that number. How stressed do you feel in this moment? 0 to 10. Again, with no judgment. As you start to allow your nervous system the permission to feel safe when thinking about money and your finances. And then gently open your eyes. We'll begin another round. So tapping again on the karate chop. For anyone that doesn't know, that's a side part of your non-dominant hand. And repeat after me. Even though I'm still feeling stressed about money, I love and deeply accept myself anyway. And even though I have this limiting belief around money, I'm open to the possibility of finally changing my inner narrative. And even though I have this fear around money, I love my body. I love my mind. I give my whole nervous system permission to relax and feel safe. Then moving to the inner eyebrow point, closing down the eyes, repeat after me. I give myself permission to relax. Outer eyebrow. I give my nervous system permission to feel safe. Underneath the eye. This limiting belief is not mine to keep. Underneath the nose. I wonder where it came from. Underneath the mouth. What person or situation gave it to me? Tapping on the chest. All of this fear I have around money. Underneath the arm. I wonder where it came from. Tapping on the head. Just in this moment. Inner eyebrow. I choose to release this limiting belief. Outer eyebrow. I choose to release this limiting belief. underneath the eye, because it's held me back for far too long now. Underneath the nose, I can't stress my way out of a situation. Underneath the mouth, so I choose to relax and feel calm. Tapping on the chest as I start to change my inner narrative. Underneath the arm, as I start to change my inner narrative around money. And tapping on the head, I'm open to the possibility of finally thinking differently. Then place your palms facing up, shut down your eyes, deep cleansing breath for me, breathing in. Then letting go. And with your eyes gently closed, once again tuning in firstly to your body. How does your body feel in this moment? And tuning into your number. How stressed do you feel in this moment? 0 to 10. Again, just with no judgment. Then gently open your eyes. We're going to do one final round. So tapping on the karate chop, repeat after me. Even though I still have some stress around money, I love and deeply accept myself anyway. And even though I've carried this limiting belief for a long time now, just in this moment, I choose to release it. I choose to change my inner narrative. And even though I can have some fear around money, I love my body. I love my mind. I am worthy of financial abundance. Then move into the inner eyebrow point, repeat after me. I am worthy. Outer eyebrow, of financial abundance. Underneath the eye, I am a magnet. Underneath the nose, for financial abundance. Underneath the mouth, I am worthy of success. Tapping on the chest, I am good enough. Underneath the arm, exactly the way that I am. Tapping on the head, I don't need to have all of the answers. Inner eyebrow, I trust that I will find a way. Outer eyebrow, I trust that I will find a way. Underneath the eye, I am resilient. Underneath the nose, I am strong. Underneath the mouth, I am worthy. Tapping on the chest, of financial abundance. Underneath the arm, I choose to feel excited about financial freedom. Tapping on the head, I choose to feel excited about financial freedom. Then place your palms facing up, shut down your eyes, take a deep cleansing breath for me, breathing in and letting go. And with your eyes still remaining closed for the final time, just tuning in to firstly how your body feels in this moment. And then just gently tuning in to your number. How stressed do you feel in this moment? As you really start to shift and change your inner narrative, because you are worthy of financial abundance. And then you can slowly start to open your eyes, becoming present to this moment once again. Well done, everybody. Money is a big, big trigger. So well done for everyone that's joined in, whether you've just joined in live or whether you're watching the recording. I think tapping is a brilliant way to really help you process and reduce any of your stress levels that you have around your finances, which therefore will make you feel more calm and more confident to, make the right decisions, or to make some different decisions. And of course, with limiting beliefs that do go back to childhood, they are more deep rooted. So for that, I would always suggest having a private session with me. My email is kim@happyheads.me. I would love to hear from you. Well done, everybody. You've done incredible today. And I can't wait to see you for next week's session, which is pregnancy, birth, and beyond. Goodbye.